Yo, Eritrea in the building with Abel on Bessa. How you guys doing?
What's going on, Deke Hayalti? Good morning, good morning. We're out here with support. We're with Team Freedom. We're with our Tagaru Jaganus and our Eritreans Natsanet. You know, the OMT out here supporting the protests we're doing, supporting humanity. We got the Clement people here. We got our Oromo people here. We got everyone's here in terms of unity, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight to see.
Higdef, Nigdef, all day.
You know what it is. Higdef, Nigdef, Mendef. And that's, it's game over Higdef. They said game over Wayana, we're saying game over Higdef. They know it exactly what it is.
I wonder if we can get close to watch him.
Okay, perfect.
Do you think we can do it?
Yeah, we can. Go ahead.
Is also aware, not only American, not only France but also China and Russia are understanding what's going on. So at this time, we are doing this caravan protest in Linwood, Washington, to make aware all the Washington constituents to be with us, not only to stop the war, not only to stop the genocide war, but also to rebuild Tigray. As you know, Tigray is destroyed. All the factories are destroyed. All the hospitals are destroyed. All the education, the schools are destroyed. The whole region is destroyed. So we are making peaceful protests today. To make it peaceful, we have to follow the rules of the American traffic control. We will use only one lane. Please do not use the right lane because there is access for bus. The bus needs to run. The business needs to run. We're not doing any violence here. We are doing peaceful protest, and we have to make sure all the business, all people are going to work, going to all that kind of business. We need to make sure the right lane is clear. Also, we have to make sure the left lane is clear because there are a lot of business going on. The police can go fast, do his own duty. The doctors can go to the hospital and help people. The nurses can go to the hospital and help people. And other people, if they wanted to go, we have to make sure the left lane is also open. We're going to use only the center lane. And we have to follow the traffic rules. If it is red, stop. If it is green, you go. At this time, the traffic control, Linwood, Washington are here behind us. They are controlling by the video. They will make it green, everything when we start going. But if in case, if it is red, we have to stop. So we're gonna go from here to 99, from 99 all the way down to Seattle. There is a route, it's all everywhere on the social medias. We're going to use the Space Needle and we're going to run twice downtown Seattle. And then we're going to end it up going by Tigray Community Center. So please help us to make this protest peaceful. Thank you everyone for coming. Tigray will prevail. Kubranen. زي لو ما أنت تقبر زل سلامة وسلفي بقوله أبتيعت النركب تجارو استدعوه ناي كله تجراوات تسعد فوز قبر زل سلامة وسلفي زلو ناي لو ما عن سلامة وسلفي فليز جورا عادة بزحات عوتات زحات سنالو سلامة وسلفي أبزي أب فبراير 10 مس نيكولاس ميز نايدين واشنطن مير أخيبا جيرنا نيرنا نيادفاكوسي جروب مسردانا يا بدحري لباتنا خيو لباتو بوديو لعلي سبع زخونو مرحتي صويعة بزوم ميتينغ كم تستساعدفكم لكلهم لعلي 300 ساب زخون أب زوم ميتينغ بمستاف عوض زخونا مرددا بزحناين أبز عوض زخونا مرددا دحر ممسحنا أب كوابينا زلو ناي سكول ديستريكت أب كوابينا زلو Tigrayan Americans لبهم استقولوا already حجز نخجمرو ناي counseling service نخونا قال أتيمولنا له ንሱ ጥራሕ ዘይኮነ thank you ንሱ ጥራሕ ዘይኮነ ኣብ ገቨርነር ኢንስሊ ንናይ ባይደን ኣድሚኒስትሬሽን እውን እኹል ዝበሃል ጽሑፋት ሰይዶም ምስ ፓዲሞሪ ሴናተር ፓዲሞሪን ካልኦት ሪፕሬዘንታቲቭ ኒክ ላርሰን እውን ኤፕሪል 6 ምስኡ ዲስከስ ብምግባር ኩሉ ተረዲእዎ ንሱ እውን ኣክሽን ስራሕ ጀሚሩ ምስ ሴክሬታሪ ዲፌንስ ዝተዛረቦ ብዛዕባ ትግራይ ቪድዮ ሰይድልና ኣሎ ኣብ ሶሻል ሚድያ ኣብ ሳይበር ፓወር እውን ኣብ ካልኦት እውን ክንልጥፎ ኢና ክትሪእዎ ኢኹም ኩሎም ቶም ሪፕሬዘንታቲቭስ ናይዚ ከባቢ ተመረፅቲ ሰሚዖምና ተረዲኦምና ክሕግዙናን ንሃና ኣፍ ክኾኑን ኣድቮኬት ክገብሩናን ጀሚሮም ኣለዉ ስለዚ ደስ ይበልኩም ይብል ኢሳያስን ኣብይ ኣሕመድን ግን ጥራሕ ዝዋኖም ወፂኦም ተቃሊዖም ኣለዉ ሕዚ ኣይኮነን ብትግራዋይ ብቲ ክድግፈና ይኽእል እዩ ናብ መከላከያ እውን እቲና ክነዋግኦ ንኽእል ኢና ዝበልዎ ናይ ኣምሓራ ህዝቢ እውን ተረዲእዎ ኣብይ ኢሳያስን ሸይጣውንቲ ምዃኖም ኣብ ዝቐረባ ግዜ ዝተገበረ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍታት ኣብ ባህር ዳር ይኹን ኣብ ኩሉ ናይ ኣምሓራ ክልታት ትሪኢኹም ኢኹም ስለዚ ሓቂ ትምንምን እምበር ኣይትብታኽን ከም ዝበሃል ተጋሩ ንሰብ ዘይንጎድእ ብደርጊ ተቐጥቂጥና ተቃሊስና ሕገ መንግስቲ ጽሒፍና ሪናዮም ኖን ኣንቢቦም ክርድእዎስ እንታይ ከም ዝብሉና ይፈልጥዎን ሕዚ እውን ንህና መልእኽቲ ሕገ መንግስቲ ከንብብዎ ክርድእዎ ኩላህና ተኸባቢርና ክንነብር ኣትሊስት ቶም ምስኦም ዝነብሩ ሰባት ክነብሩ ተዝሓስብሉ ይሓይሽ ንሕና ግን ሃገራዊ ሕቶና ነፃነትና ሰልቺና ትግራይ ከም ትግራይ መጠን መንነታ ክኢላ ክትከይድ ከም ትኽእል ኢና ቃልስና ንገብሮን ዘሎ ኣብኡዚ ድማ ማንም ሰብ ዝጠራጠር ዘሎ ይመስለንን ስለዚ ሎሙዓንቲ ንገብሮ ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ግን ሰላማዊ ስለ ዝኾነ ሰላማዊ ንክኸውን ሓደ ካብዚ ክንወፅእ ከለና የማናይ መስመር ንባስን ንኻልኦት መንገድታትን ክፍቲ ክንገብሮ ኣለና ንሕና ኩላህና ኣብ ሓንቲ መስመር ኣብታ ማእኸለይቲ መስመር ገጢምና ስነ ስርዓት ሒዝና ክንከይድ ኣለና ኣብ ጎንና ንዝሓልፉ ብየማንን ብፀጋምን ዝሓልፋ መኻይን እንታይ ንብል ከም ዘለና ክርድኡና ክነስምዖም ኣለና ናይ ውልቀ ማይክሮፎን ዘለኩም ሰባት ኣብ ቻንቲንግ ትገብሩ ሰባት ኩለኹም መልእኽትና ብስነ ስርዓት ክንሕልፍ እምበር መንገዲ እንዳዓፀና ናይ ጋንግስተር ስራሕ ክንሰርሕ ይኮና ሂብና ዘለና ከምኡ ንዝገብር ትግራዋይ እውን ኩላህና ክን ነስተኻኽሎ ይግባአና ኣብዚ ካብ ሊንውድ ሰንተር ቪድዮ ይቋፀርዎ ስለ ዘለው መጀመርያ ግሪን ምስ ኮነት ኩላ ግሪን ትኾነሉ መንገዲ ከስተኻኽሉ ምስቶም ኮማንደራት ኣብዚ ዘለው ብቐጥታ ብስልክ ንረዳእ ኣለና ኢና ኢንኬዝ ሬድ እንድሕር ኮይኑ ግን ኣብ ሬድ ደው ክንብል ክንክእል ኣለና ካብዚ ተላዒልና 99 ሒዝና እንዳውንታውና ክንከይድ ስፒድ ሊሚት ካብቲ ዘሎ ስፒድ ሊሚት ምናልባት 5 ወይ 10 ንታሕቲ ቀስ ክንብል ንኽእል ኢና ድራይቭ ትገብሩ ዘለኹም ቻንት ክትገብሮ ይምልከተኩምን ኣብ ድራይቪንግ ተስተውዕሉ ኣለኩም ነናባዕልና ክንጉዳይ የብልናን ሓደ ትግራዋይ ልዕሊ 10 ጥራሕ ዘይኮነስ 100 ፀላእቲ ዝቐትል ዘሎ ሓደ ትግራዋይ ሉስ ክንገብረ ይንደልን ስለዚ ክብሩኹም ከም ሓደ ሰብ ክትሪእዎ የብልኩምን ትግራዋይ ማለት 100 እዩ ሕዚ ሓደ ትግራዋይ ሓደ 100 ስነ ስርዓት ሒዝና ክንከይድ ኣለና ሎሙዓንቲ ኣብዚ መፂኹም ዘለኹም ናይ ኤርትራን ተወከልቲ ናይ ኦሮሞ ተወከልቲ ናይ ካልኦት ናሽናሊታን ናይ ብሄር ብሄረሰባትን መፂኹም ዘለኹም ምሳና ንክትሕግዙና እንኳዕ ደሓን መፃኹም እንዳበልና ሎሙዓንቲ ትግራይ ክስዕር ክብርን ሞጎስን ንሰማዕታትና ይቕንየለይ
What the pin
Thank you, friend. يغني friend. Okay. Thank you, Tommy. كاوزم مغتصال. كاوزم مغتصال. ناي كامير نيكولاس ميز مثلا الأختلو. توكلت عاوز سلازلنا نستخدم بالنا كلهم بتعكس تغتصبيو نلاو. So the next The next item on our program is going to be there's a message from Mayor Nicola Smith. It's a statement sent directly from her, and
Welcome.
we have a representative here, Miss Callan. I invite you to come to the stage and make the speech. Thank you.
Salam.
Salam.
Kame Adurkum.
I like that. Bravo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kay. I was asked to read a message on behalf of Nicola Smith, and I was honored to accept that. But first, I just want to say how much I love Tigray. I've had the pleasure to visit Tigray. My partner is Tegaru.
Share,
Unfortunately,
guys,
is
share.
unable to be here because he's practicing at UW Medicine right now. But he sends all his best wishes to every one of you. And yeah, I had the opportunity to go to Tigray last year in February before things closed down for COVID, and so I feel very grateful for that. I got to, see Mechele. I got to go to Wukro. I walked from Nebelet to Seifu's village of, sorry, I'm nervous, so the name is, pardon me, but we walked 2 hours from Nebelet to his village, and he used to walk that to school every day. He's a very proud Tigrayan, and he just loves all of you very much. So now I will read a message on behalf of Nicola Smith, the mayor of Linwood. Equity and inclusion are at the heart of my work as the mayor of Linwood. It is important to me and my staff that everyone in our community will live, work, and play in a safe and inclusive environment, free from discrimination, bigotry, or intolerance. At a listening session held on Tuesday, April 12th, elected officials, community leaders, and I met with over 200 Tigrayan American members of our community to hear about the tragedy that is occurring in their homeland. The testimonies that we heard at the listening session were heartbreaking and remain with me to this day. Although we cannot imagine the depth of pain and suffering that our Tigrayan American neighbors are experiencing during this difficult time, we hear your cries for help. We are sending a letter to our congressional leaders, urging them to investigate the humanitarian crisis in Tigray and expedite aid to those who are suffering. Verdant Health Commission Superintendent Lisa Edwards is offering counseling services to our Tigrayan American neighbors living in South Snohomish County. If you are interested in receiving counseling, you may contact my assistant, Leah Jensen, for more information. You'll find Leah's contact information on the City of Linwood website. We will continue to explore ways in which we can help bring relief to the crisis occurring in Tigray and ways in which we can support our Tigrayan American neighbors. May peace and blessings be with you. Sincerely, Nicola Smith.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate.
Yes, Higdef, Nigdef. Higdef, Pawi, Nigdef. Oh, media.
Okay, thank you, Kate.
Captain Eritrean.
Thank we appreciate
I love you
that.
guys.
And you're always welcome in here, and we're glad to have you. Thank you. So our next session is going to be we have a message from Representative Rick Larson. It's going to be read out by Hannah. By Hannah, yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Hannah. I'm here in support of all of you and for all of your friends and family in Tigray. Okay, thank you. This is a statement from Representative Rick Larson. Thank you for inviting me to join you today, and thank you for raising awareness in the community about what is happening in the Tigray region of Ethiopia. I recently met with some of you and heard about the pain and hardship you and your families have endured. Thank you for sharing your burden with my staff and me. This week, at a House Armed Services Committee meeting, I had the opportunity to raise your concerns to Department of Defense leaders and ask for an update on the situation. The U.S. government is concerned about what is happening in Tigray, and the State Department personnel is engaged in dialogue about solutions. Please continue to stay in touch with me and consider my office a resource if you have questions about what is happening in Congress. I will continue to monitor the U.S. response and share what I have heard from my constituents with leadership in Congress and with the Biden administration. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. So as you all know, there are a lot of campaigns going on around by the fight against the Tigray genocide. There are Twitter campaigns, there are email campaigns, there are meetings being held everywhere around the globe, in the United States specifically. So let's all keep pushing. Let's all keep doing that. Let's all keep, getting more allies and more people to work with. So let's keep pushing. We can see that, it's beginning to show there can be some fruits out of that. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep working hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a free ride, but for sure we'll get there. For sure we will win. For sure we'll get justice. Let's just keep pushing and keep the fight live over here. So thank you. With that being said, I'll go to the next session. The next session is going to be by the SJT West Coast Chairman, Mr. Mike. He'll be delivering a speech. Mike, if you would come to the stage, please. Mr. Kasahon.
Where's Mike? He was just here on this side.
Okay. So Mike, maybe you'll be on the next session. So before that, we'll do the next session after that. So it's going to be Mr. Barakat giving us a short speech. Mr. Barakat, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. I want to hear roaring. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm not hearing one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Alanado. Alanado.
Alana.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for coming. It didn't prevent you the cold. It didn't prevent you the rain. That means I see a lot of commitment from your heart. And I would like to take this opportunity also to recognize some of our Eritrean brothers, especially here is our guest, Captain Daud is here among us. He is a lighting rod. He is indeed the lighting rod.
Thank you
for all the things that you have done.
Thank you.
Captain.
Yes,
and also.
And we would like to see more Eritrean brothers. This is a cause not only for Tagaru, it is a cause for all of us. Humanity is at stake. Our survival is at stake. We are united in a common goal to rid those fascist regimes of Eritrea and Ethiopia, and also the vicious forces of Amhara. So we need in each other. This is a struggle for fight for humanity. So we would like to see more of you in the future. I want to make my speech very short and precise. What is happening is the last 6 months, especially on the Security Council, I would like to highlight. This is the first time last week the Security Council came up together, which is rarely that happens. So now they are in one team. They understood what's happening in Tigray. The rape, loot, killing, and the destruction. So they are united. Thanks by this time that I like to take opportunity, Ireland. Ireland has been a very supporter of the Tagaru. They have been a voice. We have to recognize them whenever we can. Because of it was passed unanimously. So that means they already understood with unfettered access, investigation will take full integration. This is one step. On the second step, We like to see those invading forces getting out of Tigray. And that means we have a lot of way to work. We have to reach out, our senators, Congress. We have done to highlight the predicament of our Tagaru. One thing that we are missing is we have to transform this movement to advocacy. So I would like to take this opportunity again, each of us, whether individually or collectively, we have to contact our senators, Congress. It is very important. The Ethiopian government, fascist regime, is trying to lobby day and night, spending. It's because of you, because of all of us. They are shivering. They are scared. That's what they are spending more money. So what we have here is our democratic and constitutional right. We have to use. Those people who elect, they have to represent us, and we have to make them accountable. So we have to take this opportunity for granted. We can make a change. Let's keep the faith. Let's fight. Let's not despair. We have a lot of way. Tigray is at crossroad. I know how many sleepless nights we have. It's not going to help us unless we get out of the street and voice our concern. نحبر حبرنا نقلس خالوتون لأنا زمسلو أحوات أبزقال سناتنا كتصبروا سعر نقبر بخلاء درجة صباح أميدي عبي رالي كنقبر سلازخولنا إيرتراويان خالوت أحوات الود أمانا ميدي كتصبرنا يدلي تناي ميدي ملعلي أب سنت ماري مبزحة جزية أبتي ناي بيكري شوب زركب ساعات 11 سلازي جمر كلهم كتمصوا بزقات امزي كعدم يدلي مخنياتهم مسخالوت دحر تصبيرنا انت زلنا وصعك نجلس دحر زي قالنا بيننا طرح كنواصر نخل قال سيكون سلازي كلهم كتمصوا بزقات امزي يعدم تግራይ تسعر تግራይ تسعر يغني لي
Thank you, Mr. Barakat. We appreciate all those words of wisdom. Like you said, are we all energized? Allah naro? Allah naro?
Allah na.
زهيلكم ده Allah naro?
Allah na.
تقراي تعود. تقراي تعود. تقراي تعود. تقراي تسعر. All right, ماشي. اوكي تغلط سيشنا مايك حجي ماتيلو ناي اس تي ناي ويست كوست تشيرمان مايك مدرخ قبل النائب قام وصال ناي كمان كوميونتي ريبريزنتاتيف لنا كنت يوم اكتاتيلنا خناتينا. So again guys here we have the SJT West Coast Chairman Mr. Mike. He's gonna give a short speech, and after that we have a representative from the Command community, Mr. Samuel. We're going to do both speeches consecutively. Again, we would like to remind everybody around here, for those of you who came here late, this is a peaceful protest being held by Tigrayan Americans against the genocidal war that's waged on the people of Tigray. The war is not about politics, the war is not about power, but it's about survival. The people of Tigray are fighting just to survive. They are being killed. They're on them just only because they demanded that periodic elections be held, and they get to choose their representatives. Well, then the federal government of Ethiopia clearly did not want held periodic elections, so the response was given through the barrel of a gun. And the people of Tigray, as always, are fighting for survival. And again, this is not about what happened 6 months ago. This is not about what happened a year, 2, 3 years ago. This has been going on for more than 150 years, and the people of Tigray have been paying enough price to maintain that nation being united. we don't believe that there are any more ways for us except to die. So, and we will not be dying. Our people are dying every day. Our mothers are being raped. Our sisters are being raped. Our brothers are being executed and then thrown off the cliff. So we just have given up already. We just want to survive after this. So let's all keep up the good work. Everybody out here, every Tigrayan that's living in diaspora, in America, all over the globe, this is the time to be there for Tigray. We all can do something. We just have to find what that something is. We have platforms. We have Omna Tigray. We have Astandus Tigray. We have Twitter campaigns, email campaigns everywhere and around. Elderlies, young, men, women, it doesn't matter. Even children. You can do something. It's just one tap away on your phone. Go to those platforms. Go to those websites. Keep tweeting. Keep pushing. Keep sending out those email campaigns. People will be listening. We know that they have been listening from day one, but we need to keep pushing because there is no free lunch in the world, guys. We have to fight. We have to earn everything. No freedom is given easily.
What's up?
You have to take. You have to earn your freedom. So let's all keep that in mind. Let's all keep the fight. Well, I won't take any more of your time, so I'll pass you on to the next speech. Mr. Mike, please do the speech. Thank you.
I was trying to reply. Oh, there we go.
يغني مجمرتا بتقلنا خدمر كاونا بلنا خيرية كم زيجاكم ناي سياتل للود ناي واشنطن نحوات تجارو زي مدرخ مزيجاو المجمرتا خبرتي هذا اللي خبرتي هذا كمون حسب زقرولكم حواتي تجارو تراويان حواتنا ون مسانات حاوسهم ولا تزحر زنادد شرق السرو شرو السر إساياس أفوركي حقدقاويان ኣብ ትግራይ መፅኦም ትግርኛ ንዛረብ ኤርትራውያን እናተጋሩ ንኣና ክበታትኑ ዝሞክርዎ ዘለው ግፍዒ ኣይፈላለየናን ኣብ ጎንኹም ኢና ኢሎም ኤርትራውያን ምሳና ኣለው እዮም ዳዊት ካብትን ኤርትራ እውን ምሳና ኣሎ እዩ እዚዩ መብዛሕቲ ግዜ ትከታተሉ ኢኹም መስለኒ ንሰርሖ ዘለና ስራሕ ምስጢር ኣይኮነን ግልፂ እዩ ብኤስጄቲ ንሰርሖ ዘለና ተጋሩ መጀመርታ ተጀመረሉ ኣብ ኢትዮጵያ ዘለው ተጋሩ ግፍዒ እናተሰርሖም እናተቀተሉ እናተሓረዱ ሃፍቶም እናተወረሱ መሽረፈት ኣሕመድ በኤፕሪል 2018 ማለት እዩ ስልጣን ክወሃብ እንተሎ ምሒሉ ንህዝበይን ንሃገረይን መራሒ ኮይነ ብክብሪ ንኩሉ ናይ ኢትዮጵያ ህዝቢ ክውክል እየኢሉ ስልጣን ክወሃብ እንተሎ ግን ንባዕሉ ሰራቂ መጭበርበሪ ህዝቢ ፅሩያት ኣሕዋትና መድፈሪ ዝገበሮም መሽረፈት እዩ ኢሳያስ ድማ ንኤርትራ ህዝቢ ዝኽብር ኣይኮነን ስለዚ ኤስጄቲ ማለት Security and Justice in Ethiopia ተባሂሉ ተመስረተ እዩ ብናይ ዌስት ኮስት ዝበሃል ተለካ ካሊፎርኒያ Oregon, Washington, Nevada, Arizona, Colorado. 6 states united Tagaro will never be divided. Ikum حرحرك December will chat نقولون بحاله قينا حصرتي نوحتي كأيح سلمتي بمن لا تقارو أدينا تقرأي سلزخونت ورات حيدي بشحنات موسيقى ب100 شحنات وصلوا نتقرأي مسئم خطفونا أنا زرقنا خطفو بحلي هاجرني هالنايلم زفكرو هزب تقرأي ني زفوترو جايتامبر ني ورا حيلي أيام بركفنيو ناولكو حسن كبلامنتا لا إنجليزنا. So those of you who are here today, first and foremost, I would like to say thank you to the communities of Linwood, Seattle, and all around within the state of Washington. Today, we are gathered here to bring awareness to the genocide that have taken place since November 4th, 2020. That is 6 months. The genocide in Tigray is unprovoked. The rape, the mass starvation in Tigray is a man-made. A real man should not stand for rape, youngest child being 5, oldest being 89 years old woman. That is beyond words that I can express and explain. These are not stories, these are facts. We have over 70,000 Tigrayains in Sudan as a refugee. As we speak to you today, the corridor access to Sudan is being blocked off by the invading forces of Eritrea, by the Amhara militia, by the Amhara Fano, and the betrayer federal troops of Ethiopia. Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia, on April 2018, he rose his hand, he took an oath to uphold the constitution in Ethiopia, to protect and defend. Rather, he became the most betrayal leader that we have ever seen. In America, those of you who serve in the military, you understand what I'm trying to say. You do not take oath to 110 million people and for holding an election in Tigray, regional election that is. So for those of you Washingtonians, if you vote who should represent you in your community and your state, the federal government then brings federal troops, neighboring country troops, Canada, Mexico, to eliminate the state of Washington. Imagine. Last week, U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield stated 5.2 million, this is very important, 5.2 million Tigrayans are in need of immediate humanitarian assistance. That is food, water, clean water that is, and access to electricity. We have been lied over and over for 5 months. When President Joe Biden sent Chris Coons to Addis Ababa, Abiy Ahmed admitted, although for 5 months he lied to the world saying Eritrean troops are not in Tigray, he admitted that they are. He promised they will be withdrawn immediately. They are not. What they are doing as we speak today, they are actually coming in massive, wearing Ethiopian uniform to blend in. Folks, we're not delusional. We understand what Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki are up to. Dictatorship should not be allowed in the 21st century. The only time that we have seen 5 to 6 million people have been massacred is when the Nazi Germans attempted to eliminate the Jewish people. In the 21st century, the attempt was to eliminate the Tigray people. They failed miserably. Abiy Ahmed said he's after law enforcement to take out 64 leaders of the Tigray people, elected by 2.7 million of the amazing Tigrayans. When it comes to fighting on the battlefield, there's not a chance. In return, when they lose on the battlefield, they go attack the defenseless people. They burn their crops, they destroy their food, their livestock, their livelihood. Churches and mosques has been destroyed. 700 innocent civilian worshippers in Mariam Siano Paxum were taken out of the church and all executed. So for America, if he can't see this, I don't know what genocide means. I was old enough to remember in 1994, I was in high school in California. President Clinton came to my high school in a discussion, and widely and publicly he said, the genocide in Rwanda was horrible. Yes, 800,000 Rwandans died. In Tigray today, it is a shame. Back then, we were told that this will never happen on our watch. So what is America waiting for? What is the world waiting for? I heard the UN finally agreed. Agreed on what? We need action. Concern is a statement saying, we don't care. We should care. We have ethical and moral responsibility when the injustice is happening to civilians. We are not politicians. This gathering is not about politics. It is about life and death. So when civilians who feel defenseless are going to sleep and not waking up, What is that inhumane? How do we justify the cruelty and the injustice and humanity? How could we say we're humans? What are we going to tell our children, grandchildren, when they ask us, what did you do when genocide in Tigray took place? When innocent girls and women were gang raped by Amhara militia, by the mercenary of Hekdef of Eritrea. What were you doing? If you're an Eritrean woman, if you're an Eritrean man, are you speaking up? For those of you here today, that's not the question. The question is, are you reaching out to your fellow Eritreans, your fellow Americans? Are you speaking to them? I see on social media, I hear some of you frustrated. If you guys understand what I'm trying to say, the agenda for Abiy Ahmed and for Isaias Afwerki is to divide us. If we are divided, they are stronger. When we are united, they are weaker. They see us, we have made it very clear, until the genocide, the mass starvation in Tigray ends, we will not sleep. I was in LA on Saturday. I was in Las Vegas on Wednesday. I'm here with you today. I will be flying to Denver, Colorado at 5 a.m. to attend a protest in Denver tomorrow. So, the fight that we're on, when we see those who cover up genocide saying, oh, it's not a big deal, or when a leader of a country says that women are raped by men, but his soldiers are knifed down at a battlefield, that's shame. I know there's so many of you patiently waiting here. I don't want to just continue, but here's what I say. Each and every one of you, please, please, reach out to your elected officials. It is key vital. Bring awareness to your communities. Write letters to your congressmen, congresswomen, senators. Please help us. It is precisely what we need. If individually you're doing your job, we love and appreciate what you do. But we need you to lend hands extending what we're doing. So, by you coming here today, we know you are rising with us, standing against the injustice and inhumanity in Tigray. So, for this to end, please, please continue the fight. Tigray will prevail. Are you gonna Ananado? Ananado?
Remember to talk about
Ananado?
later. We gotta talk.
Tigray lives matter. Tigray lives matter. Definitely.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Okay, ካብዚ ንቕፅል ይርድአና እዩ ንእሽተይ ግዜ ወሲድና ክንኮን ንኽእል ኢና ግን I hope ኩላኹም ኣንደርስታንድ ክትገብሩ ትርድኡና ኢልና ተስፋ ንገብር ምክንያቱ ኣብዚ ንዘሎ ሰብ ጥራሕ ዘይኮነስ ኣብ መላእ ዓለም ንዘሎ ዋላ ኣብ ዓዲ ንዘሎ ሰብ እውን ስለ ዝኾነት መልእኽትታት ዝሓልፍ ዘሎ ዋላ ኣብ ኩሉ ፈተዋ እውን ፀላእ እውን ስለ ዝርኦም ብኡ መንገዲ ክንርድኦ ይለወኩም ቴንክ ዩ ካብዚ ንቕፅል ናይ ቅማንት ኮሚኒቲ ናይ ኤርትራ ኮሚኒቲ እና ናይ ኦሮሚያ ኮሚኒቲ ወከልቲ ኣለውና ሕፅረ ሕፅረ ኣቢሎም ነዊሕ ዘይኮነ ሕፅረ ሕፅረ ኣቢሎም ብዝተኻእለ መጠን መልእኽቶም ካሕልፍልና እዮም ብናይ ቅማንት ክንጀምር ሓወና ሰለሞን ኣሎ መልእኽቲ ካሕልፈልና እዩ so the next speaker is going to be from the Kimant community. The Kimant people are one of the minorities within Ethiopia. They are also the ones dying every day. They have been dying not just for a couple of decades, but this has been going on for the past couple hundred years. Ethiopia has always been some sort of, I would say, the right, if my vocabulary serves me well, it has been, let's just say, a bad place for ethnic minorities and economic minorities. It has always been about assimilation. It has always been about giving up your ethnicity. It has always been about giving up your dream. You would not be considered as Ethiopian if you claim that you are proud by your ethnicity. If you tell them you are Kimant, if you tell them you are Tigrayains, if you tell them you are Oromo, if you tell them you are Benshangul, if you tell them you are Gumuz, then they have issues. That's when the problem starts. This is, and the people of Tigray has been the epicenter of the fight against this domination. This is why they consider the people of Tigray to be the last line of defense in the fight against subjugation and dominance. We will not give up. The Tigrayan people have never given up. It's not about what kind of arms you have, what kind of banners you bear. What kind of heart you have is the question. What kind of values and principles you have is the question. Our principles are right. Our demand is justice. Our desire is equality. Nothing more, nothing less. We shall win. We will win. Make no mistake. Tigray will prevail. So we'll go to the next speaker again. It's Mr. Solomon from one of the minorities in Ethiopia, which is the proud people of Command. He's represented here. So I'll give you the stage, Brother Solomon. Thank you.
ሰላም ለሁላችሁ ለተጨቆራችሁ ወገኖች እኔ እዚህ የመጣሁት በቅማንት ሀብት ለመጠየቅ ነው 15 ቀን ማለት እየጨፈጨፉ ያሉት 72 መድፍ የተተኮሰብን በ72 መድፍ የተተኮሰብን 72 መድፍ የተተኮሰብን በጣም ከሚገባው በላይ ቤተክርስቲያን የተጠለሉትን ሰዎች እነሱን ሁሉ ነው ያወደሟቸው። ከእንደ ቤተክርስቲያኑ ውስጥ ያለው ገበሬ ነው እዚያ ያለው ታጣቂ ኃይል የለም፣ ምንም ነገር የለም። ንጹሃን ገበሬዎች ከፍተኛ ጉዳት አድርሰዋል። ቤቶች ወድመዋል። ሰው ዘው እንዳለው ነው የሞተው። ማንም የዘገበልን የለም እስካሁን። ሁሉም ግን ተባብሮ እንደዛ ሀበሻ የበለጠ ነው ጦርነት እያወጁብን ያሉት። ሌሎችም ሚዲያዎች ለእኛ ማንም ድምፅ ሲሆነን የለም። ታፈንን ነው። 5 ቀን መብራት መብራት ዘግተው 5 ቀን ሙሉ ከዛ በኋላ ኔትወርክ አጥፍተው ይህን ጭፍጨፋ ያካሄዱት እና ማንም ሰው የዘገበልንም የለም፣ ያደረገልን ምንም ነገር የተደረገ እርዳታም የለም። እስካሁንም ራሱ ምንም ነገር የተባለ የለም፣ ድምፅ የሆነን የለም። እና ይህን ድምፅ ለማሰማት ነው እኔ ዛሬ የመጣሁት። ሌሎችም ብሔር ብሔረሰቦች አሉ እንደዚህ በግፈኞች እየተጨፈጨፉ ያሉ። እነሱ ጠግበው ነው ይሄ የተራበ የደህየውን ገበሬ ነው እየጨፈጨፉ ያሉት። ጥጋብ እነሱ ግፈኞች ስቃይ ያደረሱበት ያሉት እና ሁላችሁም ሌሎችም የተበደላችሁ ድምፅ ሆኑ። ይሄን ነው ማለት የምፈልገው። ለግፈኞች እኔ መዓት እንዲያወርድባቸው ነው የምፈልገው። ንጹህ ገበሬ ነው፣ ንጹህ እናቶች ናቸው እየተጨፈጨፉ ያሉት። ተዋጊ ኃይል አይደለም። በጣም የሚያሳዝን ነው። ህፃናት፣ አዛውንት የት ይሄዳል? እርጉዞች ይህን መውገዝ የተሳናቸው ናቸው። ማሰብ የተሳናቸው እውነት በሽተኞች ናቸው እነዚህ ሰዎች። እነዚህ መሪ ነን ብለው የተቀመጡ ሰዎች በሽተኞች ናቸው። እኔ ቃላት ያጥረኛል ምን ብዬ እንደምናገራቸው፣ ምን ብዬ እንደምገልጽ። እኔ በጣም አሞኛል። እኔ ምን እንደማደርግ በጣም ነው የሚያመኝ። በጣም አሞኛል። 15 ቀን ሙሉ የሚበሉት የለም፣ የሚጠጡት የለም ቤተሰብ እና ይሄ ዓለም እንዲሰማልን ዓለም እንዲያውቅልን እንፈልጋለን። አሁንም በሚዲያዎች ያራገቡ ከፍተኛ ጉዳት ከፍተኛ ችግር ነው እየተፈጠረ ያለው። መከላከያ፣ የአማራ ልዩ ኃይል ሚኒሻ፣ ፋኖ ይሄ ነው ተባብሮ እየጨፈጨፈን ያለው እና ይህን መልእክት ማስተላለፍ ፈልጋለሁ። ፍትህ ለተጨቆኑ ህዝቦች፣ ፍትህ ለህፃናት፣ ፍትህ ለእናቶች፣ ፍትህ ለሴቶች እህቶቻችን፣ ወንድሞቻችን፣ ፍትህ ለገበሬዎች፣ በግፍ ለሚጨፈጭፉት ንጹሃን ገበሬዎች ስላበሉን፣ አርሰው ስላበሉን፣ ስላስተማሩ፣ ትልቅ ቦታ ስላደረሱን በግፈኞች በጥጋበኞች ይጨፈጨፋል ንጹህ ገበሬ እና ድምፁ ነው። አመሰግናለሁ።
እሺ ቴንክ ዩ። እሺ በጣም እናመሰግናለን። Thank you. All you know what he said is so that those of you who can't understand Amharic, just to summarize what he said in English. What he said is there are actually farmers, there are women being killed, raped, there are children being killed, there are even children that are being raped. Children as young as 7 are being raped right now. This is not just our words. This is a report. This is the United Nations verified report. Human Rights Watch has reported it. Amnesty International has reported it. This is public knowledge now. This is public information. There is no proof needed anymore. It is out there. If you go to the United Nations website, you will find it. If you go to UNHCR, you will find it. If you go to, you name it, any responsible media outlet out there, out in the world, which stands for equality and freedom of people, is reporting this. Do not take our words. We're not asking you to take our words. We're not asking you to listen to us. Listen to those medias that you trust. It is out there. It doesn't matter if it's a leftist or a rightist or a centrist. Everyone is reporting. The United Nations Security Council took a while to stand together, but a couple of days ago, they stood up together. They stood up. Even Russia and China stood up against this now, because it is so hard to deny this anymore, because it's a genocide. It's open season for genocide extremists, I would say. They are just out there now. When you tell them genocide is being held, what they tell us back home is that this needs to be done. The politics in Tigray needs to be washed. That's what they tell you. The people, the educated ones, those farmers, the investors, every human capital in Tigray needs to be washed away. That's what they say. This is not just some random talk in the neighborhoods. This is something that they would go out on state-sponsored media and say it out loud. They don't even feel shame. They say that. Go check your medias. You can check BBC, you can check CNN, Al Jazeera, Channel 5, Fox News even. Go check it out. It's out there. Whether a leftist, a centrist, or a rightist, they're all reporting it. Do not take just the words of Tigrayains. Take the words of your medias, Western medias. Do not take our words. We're not asking you to take our words because it won't be fair. Try to be fair. Go to your own medias and check. Ask your reporters. They will tell you the truth, because it's not hard to bring it out there, to shine light on it anymore. So thank you again. So the next speaker is going to be from a brother from the Oromo community. We'll give him a chance, and then after that, we have here the Shining Star Captain America. Captain Eritrea was going to make a speech for us. So we'll start by Mr. Ali from Oromo community. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. Jirtu! Tagaru! Jirtu! Okay, እንኳን ተገናኘን። እኔ እንኳን ተዘጋጀሁበትም ወንድሜ ስለጠራውን ነው እዚህ መጣሁት። አንድ ነገር ማለት እንፈልገው አብይ አህመድ ኦሮሞን አይወክልም። እኛ ኦሮሞዎች ከተጨቆኑች ጋር ምን ያለ ነው? እኛም እየተገደልን ነን። ትናንት የእናንተ ሬሳ ከጋራ ላይ የወረወሩ ዛሬ ደግሞ የኛ ሬሳ ከአምቡላንስ ውስጥ ያወጡ በጩቤ የወጉ 8 ኦሮሞ ገደልኩ ያለ ይፎክራል። ኖራቸውን ዓለም ሲያይ እንደተበደሉ ለመምሰል ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ጠርቶ ይጫዋሉ። እኛ ደግሞ ሞር ጠንክረን መንቀሳቀስ አለብን። አንድ ላይ መቆም አለብን። እኛ አንድ ላይ ከቆምን እነሱ ደካሞች ናቸው፣ ሀቅ የላቸውም። ሁል ጊዜ ሀቅ ያሸንፋል። ስለዚህ መጠንከር አለብን። ልባችን መሰበር የለበትም። የሚታገል ሰው አያለቅስም፣ ማልቀስ የለብንም። ተጠናክረን አንዱንም በአንድ ላይ እነዚህ ሰዎች ለዓለም ፍርድ ማቅረብ አለብን። የአማራ ፋኖ ለዓለም ቴሮሪስት ሊስት ላይ መጻፍ አለበት። ሰው የገደሉ ነው፣ የዘረፉ ነው፣ ለሬሳ እንኳን ክብር የላቸውም። ዛሬ ግን እንደተበደሉ ሆኖ በውጭም በውስጥም ይጮዋሉ። ጩኸታቸው ግን አይሰራም። ሁልጊዜም አሸናፊ ተበዳዮች ናቸው። ዛሬ በኦሮሚያ ሁሉም ቦታ ሰው ሳይገደል የሚያድርበት ቦታ የለም። ሁሉም ቦታ ትናንትና ከትናንትና ወዳ ከቻይና የገባ ሜዲካል ኦፊሰር ገደሉት ከ5 ሰዎች ጋር ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ አንድ ላይ ቆመን ለቅማንትን ድምፅ ሆነን፣ በተለይ ለቅማንቶች ድምፅ ሆነ አለብን። እነሱ ወደ ውስጥ ነው ያሉት፣ ድምፅ የላቸውም፣ ቲቪ የላቸው። የኦሮሞ ቲቪ፣ የትግራይ ቲቪ፣ ሁሉም ሰው ከቅማንት ጋር መቆም ግድ ይላል። አብረን መቆም አለብን። የቅማንት ድምፅ ሰማ፣ ከነሱ ጋር ሆነን የነሱንም ድምፅ ከፍ ማድረግ አለብን። እናሸንፋለን። አንድ ላይ ከሆን ማንም ሰው ወደ ኋላ ሊመልሰን አይችልም። ትግራይ፣ ኦሮሞ፣ ቅማንት፣ ወላይታ፣ ከምባታ አንድ ላይ ነው ኢትዮጵያዊ የሚሆነው። ካሁን በኋላ የአፄዎች እኛ ላይ አይመለስም፣ አይቻልም፣ አይሰራም። የለም እንደዚህ አይነት ነገር። አንድነት የሚባል ነገር አንድነት በጋራ እንጂ የሰውን ቋንቋ የሰውን አካባቢ እየጨፈጨፉ አንድ የሚያደርግ ነገር ምንም የለም። ሁል ጊዜ በጋራ የቆመ ሰው ያሸንፋል። ስለዚህ አንድ ላይ እንቆም እላለሁኝ። አመሰግናለሁኝ። ትግላችን ይቀጥላል፣ እናሸንፋለን።
Thank you, Abdi, from the Oromo community. Up next, we have Gennet Berhane from the Eritrean community, who's going to give a speech.
There she is.
كما يوعدكم كلكم حزب إرترا أو قوني حزب تجراي نحن إرتراويان نحدنتن دحنتن فتحن إرترا سياتلن كبابيان أو قوني وتصح حزب تجراي دويلنا خمزلنا كنجلس نفتو حتى حزب تجراي فتحوا حتوي سلازم دما كجهاز كله دلاي فتحي أو كلها أو زغال ليو هاللي أو قوني تفتحوا زتمنزع حزبي دو كبل نايقدني ነዚ ኣብ ትግራይ ብፋሽስታውያን ገበነኛታት ኣብይን ኢሳያስን ዝካየድ ዘሎ ዘይፍትሓዊ ናይ ፅንተት ኩናት ኣትሬርና ንኹንን ኮነኢልካ ንሓደ ህዝብን ስልጣኒኡን ታሪኹን ክድምስስ ምፍታን ዝለዓለ ገበን ኣንጻር ሰብኣውነት እዩ ካብቲ ፋሽስታውያን ሂትለርን ሞሰሊንን ካልኦት ሰመክፉኣን ፋሽስታውያንን ዘይትለ ገበን ኣንጻር ሰብኣውነት እዩ ኣብ ቅድሚ ICC አህግራዊ ናይ ገበነኛታት ቤት ፍርዲ ክቀርቡ ድማ ኣትሬርና ንጠልብ እዚ ኣብ ትግራይ መብራህቲ ብምፅልማት ስልክን ቴሌቪዥንን ኢንተርኔትን ብምዕፃው ብሕቡእ ክካየድ ዝተፈተነ ናይ ፅንተት ኩናት ብጀጋኑ ትግራዎት ኣብ ወፃእን ኣብ ውሽጥን ተቃሊዑ ሙሉእ ዓለም ከም ዝፈልጦ ኮይኑ ኣሎ በዚ ድማ ዓብ ሞገስ ይግባኣኩም ነቲ ሓሶትን ብሓሶታትን እናተኻኽአ ከም ነፋሒቶ ዝለዋወጥ ቆልዓዊ ጠባያት ዘለዎ ገበነኛ ኣብይ ናይ ሰላም መልእኽተኛ ከም ዘይኮነ ኣብ ቅድሚ ሙሉእ ዓለም ተጋሊጹ ኣሎ ናይቲ ደም ሰብ ሰትዩ ዘይፀግብ ፋሽስታዊ ኢሳያስ ኩርኩር ኮይኑ ኣሰሩ ይስዕብ ከም ዘሎ ድማ ተቃሊዑ ኣሎ መወዳእትኡ ድማ ቀሪቡ እዩ ድሮኳ መንእሰያት ኣምሓራ ኣብይ ሌባ ኢሳያስ ውጣ እንዳበሉ ክውግዝዎ ጀሚሮም ኣለዉ ናይ ውድቀቱ መጀመርታ ድማ ኣብ ቅድሚ ዓይንና ንርኢ ኣለና ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቡን ሃገሩን ዘሳወሮ ናይ ጥፍኣት ኩናት ብሕጊ ክሕተተሉ እዩ እዚ ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ዝረአ ዘሎ ጉሁድ ናይ ፅንተት ኩናት መቐፀልታ ናይቲ ን30 ዓመታት ኣብ ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ብስውር መንገዲ ክካየድ ዝፀንሐ ሕቡእ ፅንተት እዩ ኣብ ኤርትራ ዘስካሕክሕ ቤት ማእሰርትታት ኣብ ቤት ማእሰርትታት ዝሃልቁ ዘለዉ ኣብ ዘይፍትሓዊ ውግኣት ብምንዋት ንዝተቃወመ ብምርሻንን ዝጠፍኡ ዘለዉ መንእሰያት መላእ ኤርትራ ናይ ቤት ማእሰርቲ ተለዊጡ ብራዕድን ሽበራን ዝነብር ዘሎ ህዝቢ ብግዱድ ዕስክርና ኣብ ሳዋ ዝፍፀም ዘሎ ግፍዕን ናይ ንኣሽቱ ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ዓመፅን ኣብ ዝሓለፉ 30 ዓመታት ካብ ዝፍፀሙ ዝፀንሑ ገበናት እዮም ገበናት ፋሽስታዊ ኢሳያስ ኣብ ኤርትራ ዝፈፀሞ ገበናት ከይኣኽሎ ዶብ ሰጊሩ ኣብ ልዕሊ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ዝፍፅሞ ዘሎ ግፍዕን ዓመፅን ምስ መሻርክቱ ገበነኛ ኣብይ ቀዳማይ ተሓተቲ እዮም ከምኡውን ኣብ ልዕሊ ስደተኛታት ኤርትራውያን ዝተፈፀመ ቅትለትን ጭውያን ተሓተቲ እዮም ህዝቢ ኤርትራ ይኹን ተገዲዶም ኣብ ናይ ኩናት ሓዊ ዝጥበሱ ዘለዉ መንእሰያት ትሕቲ ዕድመ ቆልዑ ናይዚ ኩናት ዝተሓተቲ ኣይኮኑን ውልቀ ምልካውያን ኣብይን ኢሳያስን ከም ኩሎም ወረርትን ዓመፅትን ኣብ ሓፂር ግዜ በቲ ዘይሕልል ቃልሲ ህዝቢ ትግራይን ህዝቢ ኤርትራን ክፉእ ኣወዳድቆኦም ከም ዝወድቁ ፍሉጥ እዩ ምክንያቱ ኣብ ታሪክ ከም ዝተመስከረ ህዝባዊ ቃልሲ ኣብ መወዳእትኡ ተዓዋታይ ፀረ ህዝባዊ ቃልሲ ድማ ወዳቃይ እዩ ከምቲ ህዝቢ ኤርትራን ህዝቢ ትግራይን ኣንጻር ወፅዓ ኣብ ዘለዓዕልዎ ሰውራ ተሓባቢሮም ንፋሽስታዊ መንግስቱ ዘውደቑ ሕጂ እውን ክልቲኦም ህዝብታት ተሓባቢሮም ንውልቀ ምልካውያን ኣብይን ኢሳያስን ከውድቕዎም እዮም ዓወት ንፍትሓዊ ቃልሲ ህዝቢ ትግራይን ህዝቢ ኤርትራን ውድቀት ፋሽስታውያን ኣብይን ኢሳያስን ይቐነለን
Thank you so much for those words again, Rahane. Up next, we have Captain Eritrea, who's going to speak as well.
Salam Yahawate. Captain Eritrea in the building, right? Okay, Kuburat, Jaganu, Kulahum, Tagaru Nuriokum Alana, Kamnatum Haili, Abza Alam Yalan, Saadu Halifkum. You guys are ridiculously strong. Los Angeles, Salamo Selfigananerna, Mr. Hawate, Mike, Cyber Power, Teke, Ma'rote, Alam Kanziri Falitni. Mish, Gin, Manim Sabi Foltoyu, Tagarun, who invite your community event. How much the Shah Tagaru? Meeting Hamsan Eritrean, right? You must. So, right? Netem Eritrean Hawate, Kinogrokum Zele. I'm sorry, it's also added in English. For my Eritrean brothers and sisters, I don't like to stand still because I'm cold. My Eritrean brothers and sisters, Atahma'u, Tasu'u, silence is violence. Mish, silence means you concur. You guys agree? And my first hero in this building right now is not the grown-ups. It's you guys, the kids. Because you know why? When we get old and we're stuck in our ways, Jabha, Shabia, TPLF, blah, 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 which means absolutely nothing. That just means people are dying. That's all that means. These kids are gonna grow up and be friends with my kids. That's the whole agenda here. Let's utilize critical thinking. No to death, no to hate. When one Tigrayan dies, I feel it. I cry. I cry all the time. When a Tigrayan child dies, I cry. Because that's my brother. I don't have to be a Kologozai or Hamas and all that nonsense talk. That's my brothers that are dying. So I feel it in the core, right? I pray for Abai Tigray. I pray for Tigray. I do, I pray. These are my brothers. I pray for Mele, right? The true flag of Eritrea, right? I don't need Isaiah Sir'at to tell me what I need to be. I don't have false patriotism. I am Eritrean and I am proud. You are Tigrayan and you're my brother. And anybody that goes against that, you are my enemy and I'm gonna defeat you. If you're against peace, I'm gonna defeat you. If you support Isaiah Sinabi, we're gonna defeat you. As a people, right? That's when we're creating unity. All you Jaganus are not here standing in the rain because right? You know, Kurullo, Mayalo, Gintasikum, Nugo Tasikum, Machikum, the Dekadukum Kuthalu. You're extending the branch to Eritreans as well. Itium Hamat Eritawi, Habikum Zalok Mutsarafutu Ulu. Isaias Miswarade, Musuhu Dakuikum. I promise you. The end of Isaias is the end of all you extremist people, right? We need to have an American state of mind in a sense where everyone's allowed to be free. Here's some critical questions. I'm not going to keep this long because I know everybody has something to say. I get it, right? But let's utilize critical thinking, Yahwate. Why is the war against Tigray Hizbi? Why is it not against TDF? If you hate TDF or TPLF, go to the mountains. Why are you fighting the Hizbi? What did the Hizbi do to you? So this is an ulterior motive and agenda, correct? Remove the Hizbi of Tigray. There is no barrier or wall for the unification and confederation of what? Eritrea. One big Ethiopia. That means all Jagano, Botata, Detata, Alasu Adam means nothing. Kulam Suwat means nothing. We're not going to let that happen. First critical thinking thought. Second critical thinking thought for my youngins. Kuridakum. Iti Tigrina Zizarab. This is not about Auraja. I love my Muslim brothers. My what was the
Command.
I love my command. I love my Oromians. I love my Eritreans. I love my Tagarus, right? And those Amharas that are supporting us, we love you too. But you have to understand something. If you remove the Tigrina speaker, and this isn't about religion, that's the only way Eritrea will fall. You remove Tigray, Eritrea falls. Indirectly, TDF is fighting for the sovereignty and the freedom of Eritrea. People start using your brain, right? You have to understand this. The more Tigrayans and the Hizbi Tigray and TDF removes Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki, this gives my people, the Eritreans, an opportunity to be free as well. So, for you Eritreans that are hateful, remember this. They're dying and directly fighting for you and your freedom. With that said, they can't break us. Unity and love. Yahwate, my youngins, you are all my heroes. I love you. Captain Eritrea.
ቃል ህዝብ ትግራይ ቃል ህዝብ ኤርትራዩ ቃል ህዝብ ትግራይ ቃል ህዝብ ኤርትራዩ ስርዓት ህግደፍ ንህዝብ ኤርትራ አይውክለንዩ አጆኹም አጆና
Thank you. That was really powerful. Thank you, our Eritrean brothers. That means a lot, especially coming from you, because it reminds everybody out there to keep up the fight and to join the fight against this genocide, to keep fighting Isaias and Abiy. Even though they are going to go down, we would like to shorten the time period of doing that because even every single day for us is very valuable because our people are dying every day, every second. So thank you for that. So the next speaker for us is going to be from Hassan from the Tigrayain community. He would have a short speech. That's going to be the last speech for us.
What tribe?
Kemnet.
My name is Samuel.
نحن نسعر.
I'm from
عن صالحك. نحن نسعر.
أنا نسعر.
تግራይ تسعر. تግራይ تسعر. ኮሚኒቲ ትግራይ ተጋሩ ኣብ ሲያትልን ከባቢኣን ዘለኹም ናይ ትግራይ ጆኖሳይድ ተቃዊምኩም ኣብ ጎንና ጠጠው ዝበልኩም ኤርትራውያን ካብ ቅማን ዝመፃኹም ወከልቲ ካብ ኦሮሞ ዝመፃኹም ወከልቲ ካልኦት ዘይጠቐስኩኹም ካብ ዝተፈላለየ ስቴት ናይ ኣሜሪካ ዝመፃኹም ኣሕዋትና ተጋሩ እንኳዕ ደሓን መፃኹም ኣብ ትግራይ ዝሓለፈ 6 ወርሒ ኤሌክትሪክ የለን መብራት የለን ኢንተርኔት የለን ኩሉ ነገር የለን ጸልማት እዩ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ንኽጠፍእ ብኢሳያስ አፈወርቂ በአብይ አሕመድ ብሰለብትን ሸፋትን ኣምሓራ ተፈሪዱ እንታይ ስለ ዝገበረ 17 ዓመት ሙሉእ ተቃሊሰ ዘምፃእዎ መሰለ የሎ 17 ዓመት ሙሉእ ተቃሊሰ 100,000 ስዋት ከፊለ ሰላምን ዲሞክራሲን ኣብ ትግራይ ስለ ዘምፃኹ በአንጻር ህዝቢ ኢትዮጵያ እውን መሰሉ ስለ ዘረጋገጽ ኩሉ ብሔር ብሔረሰባት ክልተ ዜጋ ኮይኖም ዝነበሩ ኢትዮጵያዊ ኃይሉ ማሕረ ስለ ዝገበረ በአንጻር ትግራይ ካብ አዲስ አበባ ዝመፀ እንዳተኣዘዘ ዝውነን ዘይኮነስ ካብ 4 ኪሎ ዝመፀ ምስለኔ ዘመሓዳድሮ ዘይኮነስ ብናይ ባዕሉ ህዝቢ ዝመረፆ almost 3 ሚሊዮን ትግራዋይ ዝመረፆ መራሓይ ዶክተር ደብረጽዮን ገብረ ሚካኤል ዝበሃል መራሓይ ለና ንሱ ዘመሓዳድረና ስለ ዝበለ እዩ ካሊእ ወንጀል ኣይገበረ ስለዚ እዚ ካብ ኮነ ሰራዊታት ኣምሓራ ሰራዊታት አብይ ሰራዊት ህግደፍ ኤርትራ ኩሉ ይክእልን እዩ ምክንያቱ ኤርትራ ይውክልን እዩ
Facts.
ብዙሓት ጀጋኑ ኤርትራውያን ኣብ ጎንና ጠጠው ኢሎም ንናይ ትግራይ ግፍዒ ናይ ህግደፍ ሰራዊት ዝተቃወሙ ብዙሓት እዮም ኣነ እዚኦም ክብረት ኣለኒ ስለዚ እዞም ወረርቲ ሓይልታት እዚኣቶም ህዝቢ ትግራይ ብዙሕ ግፍ ኣብፂሖም መናእሰይ ቀቲሎሞም ኣቦታትና ቀቲሎሞም ብገደል ደርብዮሞም ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ኣሕዋትና ክቡራት ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ንሳት ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ኣሕዋትና ደፊሮምዎን ምድፋር ጥራሕ ኣይኮነን ንሓንቲ ንእሰይቲ ጓል ኣንስተይቲ ትግራይ 15 20 ወታደራት ደፊሮምዎን ንሱ ጥራሕ ግን ኣይኮነን ንስኻትክን ክትወልደ ያምልክን ኢሎም ኣቃፂሎምዎን እዚ ኣብ ዓለም ዝገጠመ ጆኖሳይድ ዝበሃል ሂትለር ኣብ ጀርመን ናይ ሄዳውያን ዝገበሮ ሆሎካስት እዩ ኣብ ትግራይ በይግደፍ ሰራዊት ብብልፅግና ሰራዊት ብሰራዊት ሰራዊት ኣምሓራ ሆሎካስት ተፈፂሙ ካልኣይ ሆሎካስት ኣብ ትግራይ ተፈፂሙ እዚኡ ዘሕዝን እዩ እዚኡ ክንቃወሞ ኣለና እዚኡ ክነቃልዖ ኣለና ኩላኹም ውፅዓት ኢና ትብሉ ኣብዚ እዚ ወንጀል እዚ ክነጋልፆ ኣለና እዚ ናይ ሎማዓንቲ ንገብሮ ዘለና ሰላማዊ ሰልፊ ናይ መኪና ተጋሩ ዓለም እንዳገበርዎ ዝፀንሑ ናቱ መቐፀልታ እዩ ክንቅፅለሉ ኢና እውን በዚ ኣንፃር ኣብ ዝሓለፈ እዋን መናእሰያትና ዝገበርዎ ተጋሩ መናእሰይ ዘንጎ ድሕረይ ዘለዉ ዝገበርዎ ኣብ ናይ ዲፕሎማሲ ስራሕ ዓብዪ ውፅኢት ተረኺብዎ እዩ ገና ክቕፅል እዩ ኣብይ ኣሕመድን ኢሳያስ ኣፈወርቅን ኣብ ዓለም ሕጊ ክሳብ ዝቐርቡ ትግራይ ነፃ ትግራይ ክሳብ ትኸውን ቃልፅና ክቕፅል እዩ ንስኻትኩም ካብ ጎንና ከም ትኾኑ ከዓ ርግፀኛ እየ ኣብ መወዳእታ ኣብ ትግራይ ሰራዊት ትግራይ ነዞም ሰለስተ ሓይልታት እዚኦም ኣብ ዘለውዎ በብዝተሰለፍዎ እንትቐብሮም እንትስዕሮም ንርኢ ኣለና ሎሚ እውን ቴሌቪዥን ትግራይ ሓንቲ ቴሌ ትበሃል ቴሌቪዥን ትግራይ ኣላትና እዛ ቴሌቪዥን እዚኣ ሰራዊት ትግራይ ኣብ ትግራይ ዝገብሮ ዘሎ ምቕባር ስዕሮቶም እንተረጋግፅ እዛ ቴሌቪዥን እዚኣ ኸ ኣብ ወፃእ ኮይና ብዲፕሎማሲ ሓንጎሎም ትጅፍዖም ስለ ዘላ ካሊእ ጥይት ትኾኖም ስለ ዘላ ኢሳያስ ኣፈወርቅን ኣብይን ነዚኣ ካብ ቴሌቪዥን ኣውሪዶም ኣለዉ ነዚኣ ደጊምካ ናብ ዘሕሸ ናይ ቴሌቪዥን ናብ ሳተላይት ናይ ምውፃእ ዝግበር ዘሎ ርብርብ ኩሉ ትግራዋያት ዘሎ ክትተሓባበር ይግባእ ስለዚ ፅባሕ ኣብ ትግራይ ኮሚኒቲ ሰዓት 10 ዝጅምር ፕሮግራም ኣለና ኣብዚ መፂኹም ናይ ቲኤምኤች ሓገዝ ንኽትገብሩ ሓደራ እንዳበልኩ የቕኒየለይ ትግራይ ትስዕር ትግራይ ትስዕር ሰላም መዓልቲ
ቴንክ ዩ ብጣዕሚ ብዙሕ ሰብ ዝኾነ ክብል ዝደሊ ኣሎ ግን ምስቲ ዘለና ግዜ ሕፅረት ኣብዚ ክንውዲእና ከምቲ ዝተባሃለ ሕጂ መራሒ ናይ ኮሚኒቲና ተፍሳ ከም ዝበልዎ ፅባሕ ናይ ቲኤምኤች ፈንድሬዚንግ ኣሎ እዩ ስለዚ ኩላና ናይ ዙም ሊንክ ኣሎ ኣብ ኮሚኒቲ እውን ፈንድሬዚንግ ስለ ዝግበር ፕሊዝ ኣብኡ ከይድኩም ኩላኹም ኮንትሪቢዩት ግበሩ ኣብ ዙም ኣትኹም እውን ምክንያቱ ቲኤምኤች ኦንሊ ዘሎ ኣክሰስ ኣክሰስ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ኢንፎርሜሽን ዝረኽበሉ መንገዲ ቲኤምኤችን ጥራሕን እዩ ነይሩ እዚ ማለት ኢንፎርሜሽን ንምርካብ ኣብዚ ከምዚ ይግበር ኣሎ ኣብ ሰልፊ ተወፂልካ ኣብዚ ከምዚ ተገይርልካ ጥራሕ ብዝብል ዘይኮነስ መጥቃዕቲ ክፉና ከሎ እውን ናብዚ ከባቢ እዚ መጥቃዕቲ ይመፀካ ኣሎ እዩ እሞ ካብ ዝተላዒልካ ናብዚ ኺድና ተባሃለ ዝንገሮ ብቲኤምኤች ጥራሕ እዩ ስለዚ ሂወት ናይ ምድሓን ጉዳይ እውን ስለ ዝኾነ እዚኣ ኩልና ናይ ግድን ዓብዪ ክኾን የብሉ ናይ ብዙሕ ክኾን የብሉ ከከም ንኽእላ ከከም ዓቕምና ብኩሉ ብዘለናዮ ኩሉ ሰብ everyone does the allo contribute together. So to remind you all again, we have a fundraising session tomorrow, which is going to be held both on Zoom meetings and in the Seattle Tigray community area. So please feel free to go there and contribute what you can. This is not about helping a media outlet. It's about saving people because TMH is the only information source that the people of Tigray have because phone lines are down, internet is down, there's no power, there's no gas, there's no service, there's no civil service, there's no medical service, bank service, you name it. There is nothing. Even when there's going to be a military operation that's going to be undertaken within Tigray, the only way that TDF can inform our people to move from a certain area, because the bombings are not surgical or tactical. The bombings are general and massive. They don't discriminate anything. They just bomb whatever they see to be giving service. So in order to save our people, TMH has sessions every day, 24/7, informing our Tagaro, our beloved families back home to move from areas when there are certain attacks, air raids, operations to be held. So this is about saving Tagaro. Let's show that we really care. Let's go tomorrow to the Zoom meetings. Those of us who have access to internet here, access to Zoom, let's go to Zoom, contribute. It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars. It can be pennies. We can start from the penny. We can go from that. So everybody just do your share, because everything helps. There is no small help. There is no little help that you can say. So let's all do our best. So that being said, right now we have security people who are around wearing vests. Please, let's all listen to them. We have a few guidelines for the road. I'll be reading those up. Yeah, okay. So keep your headlights on, everybody. Headlight Miss Police Mr. Zirr ንምልክቱ ንኸውን ተባሂሉ ኤቨሪባዲ ከብረህ ተባሂሉ ሄድላይትኩም ኦን ግበሩ ሰለስተ ሌን ዘለዎ መንገዲ ክንኣቱ ከለና ሰለስተ ሌን again when we hit the road that has 3 lanes make sure you are in the center lane, make sure you're in the center lane, not on the left, not on the right. When there's a 2-lane road, make sure that we all stay on the left road. Leave the right lane for buses. Leave the right lane for transit services and buses, so make sure you stay on the left. Make sure you give enough attention while you're driving. Listen to our people around you. We have security people. So even if there is some problem happening, there might be some problem, listen to them, adhere to what they're telling you. Well, thank you very much. And the last notification I have would be from our late sister, Jerusalem David's mother. There's going to be a memorial service May 8th at Emmanuel Church. So let's all hope to see you there. Thank you very much.